And we're up. We're live. It's the TrSH Kast. Hold on, gentlemen. Introduce yourselves to the people watching at home.
Dave, you go first.
Go first? I go first? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just Dave. I'm an MK player. I stream myself. Man, I'm chill as hell all the time. So whenever I'm playing, I'm always getting some sweaty games. So yeah.
And who's gonna go next?
Who's going next?
Jairo or Ivan?
Ivan goes next.
Okay, I'm Ivan, and I am a designer and also kinda somewhat of a manager and matchmaker for a trash talk temple.
He does everything.
I'm kinda like a miracle worker, jack of all trades.
He really is. He really is.
I'm like a local slave at this point.
Oh man. Yeah, Ivan is the hero we deserve.
Hey, I've been coming in with the clutch though. Big fat.
No.
What? I said that we deserve Ivan. I think that we deserve Ivan.
No,
we lucked out, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think it went differently, like in the Dark Knight. Like we deserve, but we don't need, or don't need but deserve, or something like this.
Oh, I was just saying, like, yo, like he's Batman, right? He's the Batman that we deserve.
Got the Batman. Couldn't say it any better.
Maybe I got the movie. Maybe I understood the movie wrong, but I think the movie was in that bad context because their Batman was kind of a dick, right? I was just like, he's our Batman. Our Batman's cool. He's the hero we deserve.
It depends on which Batman, which incarnation of Batman. There are so many at this point.
Okay,
like,
the you incarnation.
By the way,
one other guy.
Jairo, introduce
Jairo.
yourself.
I'm Jairo, and I just play MK all day. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey.
And he's a prodigy. The real prodigy.
Real prodigy.
Little.
It's not cheesy when I say it.
Little prodigy.
I don't like to say that. It's not cheesy as shit when I say it.
It is cheesy when you say it.
Yeah, so that's the point.
I am Jairo. I'm a 12-year-old prodigy on Mortal Kombat 11.
Looking, hey.
Alleged.
Go ahead, go for it, bro.
Alleged as well.
Legend.
Child.
All right.
Until I see proof, man. Screenshot or it didn't happen.
Didn't happen?
He did a selfie, but so many people did selfie after him. No one noticed.
Fake. That shit can be
yeah.
Until I meet him at like a tournament and it's like a real person.
Power up L, Mr. Destructoid. Power up R.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see soon, right?
For the sub, my mans. But anyways, just Dave said that he had a topic he wanted to cover to get off his chest, and now I'm like itching to find out.
Curious?
What that is.
Should I start it off now?
Yeah, what is this deep ass shit?
Yeah. Oh, okay, man. Like that.
Yeah.
He said, I think was it yesterday or the day before? I'm not too sure, but you're talking to somebody and he was saying like, oh, a Ninja Killer was just like 10-0 me, but you were saying like,
yeah.
I figured that was gonna come back to haunt me.
Yeah. I figured but I mean that's real talk though. Like you don't want to be feeling like telling yourself like I'm gonna be second to anybody. Like that's true though. That is true.
Right.
It's bad place for development.
So like a little bit of background. There was we were doing like a little open mic. Everybody was just jumping in Discord and talking shit, and it was a good time. But someone was talking about how like pro players are on a different level and this, and it just kind of started dick riding Ninja Killer, and I was like, dude, that's kind of a bitch-made mentality, man. Like, you can respect someone's ability, but to just sit there and bow down to someone, like, that's like, there's two kinds of people in this world, man. There's the kind of people that just want to bow down to someone better than them, and there are the kind of people that, like, think better of themselves than to bow to others. And I was like, dude, you need to get rid of that mentality. That shit holds you back. Like, yeah, that's fine if you just want to be one of the faceless masses, but I would like to think that I inspire you to be better than that. And instead of sitting there and saying Ninja Kill is great, you should be thinking Ninja Kill is a target. That's the guy I got to get, man, because that's what got him there, right? He looked at fucking
Yeah.
Sonic Fox and all these other players and said, "That's the guy I gotta get, man. I gotta get that guy." And I was like, that if you have that mentality of like, oh, Ninja Killa is untouchable, then yeah, they will remain untouchable forever. You'll
Yeah.
never be on that level. But you know what? There were people that stepped up. People like Ninja Killa, people like Tweety, and said, "Nah, man. Like, I think I can do better."
Yeah, especially
Exactly.
like, for example, actual Sonic Fox got better because he did not care. I cannot imagine him just kind of like worshiping someone. Maybe he like admired someone, like, but he's not gonna be like thinking about it that much. He has like a game in front of him, like a characters, a specific like goal, and he has to like he's thinking about like figuring this shit out and just keep putting like all this work and winning no matter the cost. And you were saying once that he was like dirty player or something, so he probably like doesn't care about all these like worshiping things because
I feel like there's a
but,
big difference between saying like somebody's really good, but you're saying like oh, I could be better. Like I could be better than that person. Like I
No,
definitely
it's
agree on
just
that. Like
it's in the fucking Bible, dude. Jesus already explained this shit, dude. Hold no false idols. There's only one God, right? Like
right.
fucking
True.
Jesus already covered this, right? We've already gone past this, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, don't sit there and put somebody up on a pedestal. That's that whole fucking incel movement, all that shit, dude. It's just putting other people on a
Incel.
pedestal, right? The incels, they're like, women are out of my reach and blah blah blah, right? And they're putting other people on a pedestal and stop. Like, I thought everything was about everyone being equal. So you look at everybody as an equal, and you look at people in your field of expertise, and those are your equals, and they're also competing with you. So you need that, to me, is a healthy mentality, to look at your equals, look at everybody as an equal, right? Because if there's gods and mortals, if you look at somebody as above you, then that means you also have the mentality that there are people below you. And that's fucked
True.
up. That's fucked
Yeah.
up, right? Because me,
That is
I don't
fucked up.
have the mentality that there is anybody above me, so I can clearly and consistently and honestly say that I don't believe anybody's below me either. I believe everybody is the same and everybody is equal, right? And the people that are in my field, right? If I'm playing competitive Mortal Kombat, those are my competitors, right? And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I'm just saying those are the standard. A competitor is a rival that pushes you to another level. It is the standard with which you judge your metrics. That's all that is, right? I look at them. They did that. Can I do that too? If I can do that, then I am just as good as them. If I can do better, then I can be better than
better,
them.
yes.
But other than that, like, if you're
Correct.
not looking at them as a standard with which to base yourself, then like you're just dick riding, man. You're just worshiping.
Yeah,
someone else.
that is a weak mentality. I'm not gonna lie, that is because
No,
it's just like
I just don't understand what's the point of this. So you can just kind of like take the pages like from someone's book, like you can, for example, find what
yeah, you
makes
know,
the person successful or skillful and apply for your own like stuff. But the
this
worshiping
yeah, but
someone, it doesn't make any
yeah,
sense.
it doesn't. It
Because
really
everyone
doesn't.
is a human, everyone has like a flaws. Like some, for example, I like one of these like actors or like directors or but then just like Badger in Dark Side of the Ring. For example, Ric Flair, one of the greatest wrestlers, but now
Woo!
after all
Oh,
these scandals, like I don't know, like. It's like you don't meet your heroes, like don't know them because they ask them as well until
Well, I mean,
you
but
find out all this bullshit
that's different to
about
being a hero in a different like field. Like, yeah, dude, you could kind of idolize heroes that are outside of your reach. Like, you could be into actors like that because you're not an actor, right? You're not in
True.
direct. You're
Oh,
not
but it is
comparing
still
your
like
ability
people.
to them. But I'm saying like it's more dangerous when you're in a direct line of competition because then you're not hurting anyone other than yourself, which is the worst thing to hurt, right? The worst thing you could do is hurt yourself. And when you are shortchanging and second guessing yourself just to dick ride somebody who should be instead your competition, like you're hurting yourself and you're allowing them to succeed at your own expense, which to me is just bitch ass behavior.
It's better, for example, if you like someone like Holy Dragon or like Rob Psyche, who are like kind of like so close to be even better than they are already, but if they like if they were like putting themselves below Syzat like for some reason, or like respecting him too much, or give him like too much credit, almost like being afraid of him, they like not gonna get better, and it's kind of bad thing to do. I don't know,
That's
maybe it's not
true.
the case right now, but I remember like usually like Holy Dragon likes to tell all these like write all these novels in the chat about like his thoughts and about his gameplay, and usually it always like can be interpreted like he's puts himself below for some reason. Like, but
Well,
now he plays
in that
Jake,
specific
so
case, no, in that specific case, he's always kind of been emo like that, and he's working on it, and he's far different than he was before. I mean, so it's not that people can't like change, and it's a change of mentality. So it's not something that I expect people to figure out and put into practice right away. But I think before, like, you should think of yourself as the God Slayer instead of the God Worshipper, because like you worship nobody. Like it says it again. I bring it back. I'm like, it says it in the Bible. Hold no other gods. I'm not trying to be a Christian, but I'm saying that Jesus knew what he was talking about. Nobody is worshipped above nobody else. Fuck that shit, man.
Wait,
fucking hand out those
Christian?
L's.
I'm not sure.
I'm a Buddhist
I'm not sure.
for the most part. I don't practice a religion, but I used to go to temple and I learned kung fu from the monks. And so the Buddhists, they never wanted anything from me other than to give me kung fu, whereas the Christians always wanted
what religion
my money,
is that?
So that was it, So I
Hey, just wanted the money.
Right? If anything, I run with the Buddhists.
We have to pay for that?
Do I have to pay for Buddhism? No, man. I mean, it's a
Oh.
charity.
That doesn't sound like Buddhism.
Right? But I'm just saying
you can
that
practice Buddhism. You can practice Buddhism, but you have to pay for it for this religion. Sounds like Scientology or something. Like very shady.
But I'm just saying, stop worshiping other people. Like, don't even worship me. I feel like the relationship people have with me, as far as like the community, like
no,
because like nobody worships me. Everybody shits on me.
No.
Actually, I mean, a lot of people need to realize, though, man, the only way to get better is just you're gonna have to lose. That's the only way to get better in this game. Overall, like as a competitor, you just
not only in this game. In many
Honestly,
like
man,
instances.
I'm at the point where I prefer to lose. I get bored if I win too much, because it's like,
true.
man, like when you win, that means you solved the game. That means there's no more, right? There's nothing left. You beat it. But when you lose, it's like, I didn't know. I didn't know Kung Lao could do that. Oh shit, I didn't know Sub-Zero could do this. And then it's like, holy shit, the game is fun again. Like, let me figure this shit out. Let me fuck this guy up. Holy fuck, I didn't know that bugs. There's a bug there. Oh, okay, how can I exploit this? Like, now the game gets more interesting to me.
Right. No, I completely agree. Like when you're finding out new tech and just finding out what things you could punish, different strings, like. I was telling Size out that the other day. Like, I was just like, wow, you actually have to do a different string to punish deadly winds.
Really? You can punish that?
Well, yeah. Well, you can't do it off of 1-1.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't. Guarantee you can't do it off of 1-1.
Wait, hold on. He can't do it off of 1-1. That changes everything. Explain.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Yeah, that changes the whole fucking matchup.
Yeah, that just
Yeah. You can't false block it after she does 1-1 into the deadly winds. Yeah, you can't punish. You can't false block that at all.
What the fuck? Really? That's crazy.
So you have to flawless block 1.
So if she does it off of 1-1, you have to hold it, right?
You have to hold it.
Wait, but you have to hold it. Yep. You have to hold it.
But that's always been the case. If she does 1-1 tornado, you always had to hold that. I thought you said there was a way to punish it. And I was like, holy shit,
that's what I thought
right?
too.
Like, this changes everything. Because before
I literally labbed that the other day. Yeah, I literally labbed that the other day.
Yeah, so the only counter is you have to have a good down 4. So if you anticipate the 1-1, because it's a high and it's a long time before the second hit, so you can, if you anticipate the 1-1, you space it out properly and you hit down 4 and it stops her. It's kind of like you don't get a whole lot of it's like risk reward is in her favor, right? But at least it stops her, and then you could jump or you can backdash, and that's your only option. Because if you dash forward or you try to stick out a button, she just does 1-1 again, and then you get clipped.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a good idea because there is a pushback, like crazy pushback after
Yeah,
wind
the 1-1
tornado.
is just insane. That's that good.
Well, it's just if you down poke her to stop her, right? So if you hit her with a down 4, you get frame advantage and she gets pushed back a little bit, so people instantly think, okay, time to go in. But that's really not the case because the frame advantage off of your down 4 isn't enough to where you'll get in close enough to hit her with your buttons that are faster than her stand 1. So her stand 1 is going to catch you if you dash in after a down 4 to stop her, and that's why the only options you have after a down 4 to stop 1-1, right, is you backdash or you jump in, and that's it. You could neutral jump or you can like maybe do a projectile, but like you can't walk forward. So you get the down 4, you stop her 1-1 spam, and then if you decide to jump, like, okay, don't be predictable about that, then you can get in. But other than that, you either hold your ground
Can
or
you
you
even hand-skip her
backdash.
Cetron?
What's that?
Mm,
Her
Her anti-air is
from the-
1-1. Her anti-air is
Oh,
1-1.
okay.
Yeah.
It's 1-1
That's
tornado.
busted.
Everything
Busted.
leads back to 1-1 tornado. So that's the thing is if she reads the jump, she's going to anti-air you and do 1-1 tornado anyways. So after you down 4 to stop
Oh, Cassie
1-1
carries.
tornado, your only option is to block, throw a projectile, or backdash and throw a projectile. If you're like a
Throw a
character that
projectile,
has
yeah.
like a shitty backdash, then I like with Kung Lao, I'll neutral jump. But even that
You
can be
neutral
blown
jump.
up. Even that can be blown up. Really, all you're
That's
doing
also
is
gonna
down
get blown
4 to
up.
stop the 1-1 spam, and then you better have some sort of neutral destroying thing to get in, right? So you'll down
Sure.
4 to stop 1-1 tornado spam, and I'll do like with Kung Lao, I'll do down 4 buzzsaw, and then I can dash in, and the buzzsaw will protect me. Because if she does 1-1 and you clip her, she does it again. You walk into it, you jump into it, she does it again. Like the only thing that doesn't get beat by it is to stand
shit,
still
bump
and
present.
let her whiff, or backdash and hope she's going to try to approach with 4-2-3.
what about like Johnny Cage that you showed, like
Yeah,
down
John Cage.
4,
I
a
was just gonna.
back
Because
dash,
down 4, you know,
three,
it's Johnny
back
Cage.
3-4,
Yeah, it would
down
be
4,
with Johnny
back
Cage. It would be
3-4,
backdash. Yeah, down 4.
3-4,
backdash.
and then hope
You,
for
no, because if you
hit
do
confirm.
backdash 3-4 and you do it as a micro dash, you won't get the range, and she'll end up clipping you if she dashes in with 4-2-3.
She doesn't have as much.
So
Yeah, 'cause
like
it's-
what you have to do is you
right?
do down 4 and then you backdash and then wait and then try to approach with 4-3, 4-4 if she does the 4-2, and then you can get the whiff punish. But like if even then it's still kind of risky. Like Johnny Cage, honestly, like you would do down 4 into like force ball, and then like that would be like your best option besides down 4 backdash or down 4 jump. But
just
Johnny
The thing
walk
with
and
Johnny
then
Cage,
project
too,
to-
Down 4
like
jumps.
3-4.
Who does that?
When you connect 3-4, that's a tight link. I'm not gonna lie. Like especially like if you're doing like a fatal blow cancel, like getting the shades, like that link is pretty tight.
Oh, 4-3,
Actually.
4-4?
Oh no, the 3-4.
Oh, the regular 3-4. Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Just
one
like a
doesn't
standing
give you-
kicks.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
give
it
you a whole
definitely-
lot of plus frames,
Hmm.
but it
But I'm
does
not
give you
very
the
fam-
most damage.
Yeah. The failure blow is cancel into shades. It's like one of the biggest like crushing blows
you
that Johnny Cage
You can get
has.
a lot of damage.
But
don't even
I
think that's the
I
most
don't know
damage
yet
you
how
can
to do
get.
this.
I've seen other characters get more damage than you can get with that crushing blow, and I think that's why that's fallen out of the meta. Like people aren't taking the shades crushing blow or the camera really anymore because like their big selling point was the damage, but you're losing a lot of utility because Johnny just has a
Yeah.
lot of good fucking like utility moves, and you're like
Brass
losing a lot of his
knuckles.
utility for damage that like other characters are better at. So it's like why pick Johnny
Sure.
Cage if you're trying to just do big ass damage? He's not really the best at it. Like he could do that once in a round, you know, whereas Baraka fucking pukes that shit, you know? And that's
After
the thing.
watching,
Sure.
That's
after
the thing.
watching-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay. No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that's the thing because people always ask like why, because like especially on like YouTube comments on like tutorials and shit, and they're like, why isn't this move considered good? Why isn't this? Why isn't that? And like the reason is it's not that it's not good. It's just why? Why the fuck would you use that? If you're thinking strategically, it's like why am I gonna put all of my slots in Johnny Cage for this big damage comeback that I can do once a round or once a match when I can pick
Yeah.
characters that do that all the time? It's like if that's what you want to do, why don't you do a character that only does that, and then you'll have a lot more fun. And it's
I
like
don't know, probably.
it's like the
Gears.
Kanos that play with a fucking snake bite, and I'm like, they're like, oh, but snake bite, you know, he's so fun to do combos. And I'm like, dude, why don't you fucking play like Scorpion or somebody that fucking does these long-ass combos like Jackie? Do long-ass combos with a long-ass combo character. You'll have a lot more fun. Kano isn't really built for that.
No, he's not.
Kano's like a big damage, like a
Yeah,
half
yeah.
grappler or something, like a
Yeah, he's definitely
staggering.
more
Yeah.
rush down. I think he's more rush down more than anything. Like he
When
could
Jula
just get.
plays, when Jula
he
plays
just-
at his best, it's like all about like a
When Jula plays,
staggering,
he's a pussy, bro.
and he just shuts you down. Or when you do nothing or block, he uses his command grab. That's like his favorite thing. Just put you in position when you have to block, and he catches you with command grab because you block and stuff all the time.
Y'all got to get better at flawless blocking. Because if you
Right.
flawless
I
block, they
have
can't
flawless
cancel.
blocking.
He can't do
Yeah.
command grab if you flawless block. That's why everybody's always like, why don't you neutral jump or neutral duck after forward 1-2 back 2? Because he's at +1. It's a grab setup. Why don't you try to fuzzy? And I'm like, because I just fish for the flawless block. If I fish for the flawless block, that's the whole option select, right? If I let go of block and he goes for the grab, it
OS.
whiffs. If he goes for the strike, if he goes for the down 1, I'll flawless block it. And if you flawless block, you can't special cancel. So, or if they flawless block, you can't special cancel. So if I flawless
See,
block
what
the
a-
down 1,
like-
there's the tick throw. It's like gone. There's none.
Yeah, I've played Jula before, and the fucking like, they counter pick against him, or you just falls block the whole game.
I'm not gonna
Well,
lie. Like
like-
once you condition a Kano, like it's pretty much set. Like if they don't have biopool, like it's pretty much you pretty much shut down on the entire game plan once you like condition them.
Yeah, but biopole.
Yeah,
fucking
you
makes
really
him
just need to
broken.
like falls block him.
Biopole
Like,
makes him
somewhere.
broken because with biopole, Kano can play neutral. And that's like the
Yeah.
cheapest shit, dude. Kano that can
That's-
play
that's
footsies is fucking stupid. It's stupid because he can go in.
Yeah.
His whole mix-up pressure, like when is he going to stop pressing? Where's the gap? Where's the opening? He has all that bullshit, and he can whiff punish you from half the screen if you try to fucking zone him from anywhere outside of
Exactly.
full screen. So, like, and he can have that and the fucking slime, right? So he can do regular Kano shit with slime and have the fucking magnet for only 2 slots, still giving him like command grab or extended strings, whatever the fuck you want. It only takes 2 slots to get all that bullshit.
And plus, if
Oh.
you have the Molotov set up, that's like free damage in the corner.
How
Oh,
good
yeah,
Kano
if he
you
is?
wants,
could do a
that's like
setup with
30%.
that. Dude, you could do the magnet and
Yep.
then fucking combo into the magnet into the fucking slime and then set up, or combo into the Molotov and then
Yep.
fucking set
In the
up
corner,
a
and
dot.
that. Yeah, your health is gone after that.
Biopool? I don't
No,
think
because you
Biopool
could
is
sit
that
there.
strong.
No, think about it. You combo into they're in the corner, right? You combo into
And
biopull, you
convert.
hit. You combo
see
into
that,
back
yeah.
1, right? Or combo into biopull, then do a back 2 to launch, then back 1 to armor break, and then throw out a Molotov and make it land right on him. Because
What
the
I think
back
is
1
better,
has a built-in
like-
backdash. So he backdashes away, and he's far enough to throw the Molotov out for free.
You think back one Biopool is better or back one knives?
I think back 1 Molotov would be cheap in that setup.
Molotovs, interesting. Yeah,
In the
Because you
corner,
would do
yeah.
back 1, dude, and he backdashes in that, right? He moves.
Yeah, he
so you
backdash- yeah,
backdash,
for sure.
and then now, because the whole thing about the Molotov gimmick is like it's so slow, you could just hit him out of it. But with the back 1 backdashes him, so he throws the Molotov, right, and it'll fucking land
Yes,
right
from
in
the
their face.
Safe distance.
From a safe distance, they'd have to make
Yeah.
a hard read, because you could also counterplay that. If you read that they're going to try to interrupt, you could just do back 1 into knives and then interrupt them, and now they're at negative, and you're at plus in the corner, and you just go back to being Kano.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, that is true. Biopole pulls your knives back too. I noticed that. I've seen that before.
Yeah, dude.
How much pressure Kano can handle in the corner? Because he is
Oh,
very
that's
dangerous when
pretty-
he corners
Oh, yeah.
people. What about him being cornered?
He's never
If you
cornered.
do
get-
No, dude, he's
Cornered.
1 guess away from you being in the corner at all times.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
way
yeah.
to beat Kano is to get him to the corner and then backdash back to mid-screen.
Keep it
That's
in the
it.
middle.
You
kinda.
never let
Yep.
him get in the corner because, dude, especially if he has extended strings, like he has so many moves that side swap that he's never ever cornered ever. He's like Scorpion, but he can do it safe.
Yeah, 2-4 is like 2-4 into the grab. Yeah,
Because
It's just
Scorpion has to
crazy.
do back grab or teleport to side swap, right?
Yeah.
So those are unsafe. But like Kano can do 2-4 and then just stagger it. and then back grab you because you're trying to flawless block to blow up the
Yeah.
side swap. And then he could just not do the side swap and then jump over you when he gets the knockdown. Because, like, if you're reading the side swap, he'll just do the fucking command grab, and then now you blocked, and you get grabbed, you get a knockdown, he jumps over you, and now you're still crossed up, and you're back in the corner.
Well,
It's
even
always
then,
one
though,
read.
I've seen Bio do 2-4 into knives a lot of times, like just to switch it up. Like you say,
Yeah,
oh,
but-
you're switching for like a.
So
You can't
Julop
flawless
does
block
that
that
a lot.
either. Me.
Julop does that because the knives stop flawless block. So the 2-4 into
Yeah.
the launch is flawless blockable, and I think there's a couple of follow-ups, like the tick grab can be fuzzied, so the option select works on it. But there was something else that
Chemical
has
burn
the
doesn't
same
work
flawless
either.
block timing, but I think knives and Kano ball are the two that don't have the same timing, but knives is safe, so that's why you do that. Well, knives is
Right.
quasi-safe. You can amplify it to make it safe.
Why?
Because knives is like minus 15.
No,
so like you do
I
that
was-
shit too
I'm-
close, you will die.
I'm playing.
J-Ro,
playing.
your
Think-
ass fucking mashes on -30, man. You be fucking
And it
Rambo
works out.
forward
It
1
works
2
out
2.
just fine.
You
It
be
works
forward
out
1
just
2
fine.
2.
It
minus
works out
30.
just fine.
Somehow get a down 2 crushing blow, man. I'm not listening to no tips from your ass.
Bro, my tips seem to work out just fine in the actual game, though.
Hey man, think about it though. Kano could do 2-4 knives, or 2-4 command grab, or 2-4 into acid.
You can just duck knives.
You can't duck
Right?
knives. It jails on 2-4.
Yeah.
Really?
It
Oh, never mind.
it jails on a lot of strings.
He's
I
just
think it's
down one and
forward
down.
1-2 is where it doesn't jail. So you can't do forward 1-2 knives. They can duck that, but that's because
Oh,
it's a
that
double
doesn't
high.
jail?
Because
Jalopy does that a lot.
because the second hit, right, forward 1-2, it's a high. So if
Yeah,
you
it's
block it, it'll let you neutral duck the second, like whatever hit.
So that's
comes
two
next.
highs. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the mix up is the overhead, right? So nobody ever
Oh my
neutral ducks after that because then they get the overhead.
Yeah. I'm playing right now, so I'm probably gonna be raging a little bit.
But
Let me guys this. Since we were talking about Johnny Cage earlier, what do you guys think about? What do you guys think is the better character, Johnny Cage or
Oh,
Liu
you
Kang?
can punish that.
J-Ro, I'm gonna kick
Say-
your ass out of this podcast. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna leave right now.
Well,
I just-
can you
I just found
can
out
you
you can
repeat?
punish Delia's dance. That's crazy.
You could always punish Delia's dance, dumbass.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
like
only if they
minus
happen.
15
Only,
or
I
some
already knew
shit.
that. I already knew that. I was just.
yeah, only if they happen, it's safe.
Can't you flawless block the amp? Right?
I think if they delay it, because they can delay that.
They delay it, yeah.
What?
If they
You can delay
If they
that.
delay it, I
Yeah,
think
you
you can
can.
flawless block it. But like that's a pretty hard fucking read, dude. That's some Jedi mind
That
trick
is a
shit.
hard read.
This
Alright,
is
so-
nerdy.
You got people in chat saying Johnny's better or Lou's better. I was saying what character's better at a high level, Johnny or Lou?
I think the issue is that
Liu Kang.
Johnny counters Lou, but I think Lou has better matchups. Like
Yeah,
Johnny
he had-
counters Johnny counters the characters that Lou has problems with, and Lou also has problems with Johnny. But on a whole, Liu Kang shuts down so many more characters than Johnny.
Yeah.
True. I
I
agree.
think Johnny has this like a great movement and versatile like moves, these like buffs and stuff, while Liu Kang is more like one-dimensional. But Liu Kang has those amazing like crushing blows.
He's
They
not
do a lot of
one-dimensional at
damage.
all. Liu Kang is
No,
a
I
mixed
don't mean like
machine. He's
I
like
don't mean
got
like
the
one
most
dimension.
mix-ups in the fucking game.
I mean,
No, I don't mean like a mix-ups. In the case that he's very like basic when it comes to his how to say this, like a special moves and like his strings. Like it's very like predictable when it comes to
No, he just doesn't
how-
have
how
a
it
lot
goes.
of execution. No, he doesn't have
Yeah, like-
execution. Like he doesn't have hard combos.
yeah. True.
there is no like a crazy movement. It's like always like horizontal stuff. It's like very basic like
Yeah,
kicks.
basically, you could just do 1, 2, 3 bicycle kick. Like majority of the time, everybody knows that doesn't take too much of a brain to use. But
No,
like
not at all.
I mean, of course, at a high level though, like I think the character definitely takes
But
like
Ninja
somewhat
King is carried,
execution.
I swear. He's fucking carried, bro.
No, I think to be able to play Liu Kang at the level, like high level Lu's play is a lot harder because
Yeah.
his mix-up tree on all of his strings is like so heavily out of your favor if you're wrong. So like Liu Kang's, I imagine they're like fucking crack monkeys, right? They're just always on edge because everything that they do is super unsafe. But the reason why they don't get punished is because there's like 5 different directions they could go in. And, like, if they guess wrong on one direction, then you blow them up. But, like, you have to guess 1 of 5 to be able to blow them up. Because it's
Mm.
like, think about like forward 4-3, right? Like that's his fucking basic bitch ass Liu Kang string. You could do forward 4-3 and then just stagger, right? And then you can do four, in which case they'll just grab you because you're blocking afterwards, or they'll down one to interrupt you, right? Or you can do forward 4-3 into a special move that can get punished. You can do forward 4-3 into the fucking just the end of the string, the up 3, but they could interrupt that, right? So maybe you stick out a button, but
so
they could interrupt
Sonya
that.
can
But you see what I'm
even
saying?
Sonya
It's
can
like
counter.
everything
yes.
that he does, it
No, I
sounds so
get you.
simple to do forward 4-3 and then just something afterwards. But it's like everything you do after forward 4-3 will get you killed. So which one am I going to do that's not going to get me killed? Because I have a 1 in 5 chance of being wrong. And yeah, the odds are in my favor, but like if I'm wrong, I'm going to fucking die. And Liu Kang is a character that
Isn't high fireball like
he could get
the best
snowballed
one?
real quick because his defense is so bad.
True.
Liu Kang's, yeah.
Like, if a Jackie gets one good read on Liu Kang and gets one good opening, like, he's fucked for that match. Like, that's it. It's done. You know? And it's like,
True.
if Cetrion gets Liu Kang into that sweet spot where Liu Kang can't do shit and all of her buttons work, like, Liu Kang is fucked. So he's like all in on offense, either offense up close or offense zoning, right? Zoning is an aggressive play style, right? He's all in on offense. He's all about attacking. And, like, he mixes you up with his attacks, like, where he's going to go. But it's still, like, not... Like, if you have anxiety, you really shouldn't play Liu Kang.
Yeah, definitely. Like the thing about Johnny and Liu Kang though, they do have pretty strong neutral, but definitely think like Liu Kang's probably better than Johnny's. Like I would say, like, because the simple fact is that low fireball definitely like can keep somebody out for
Yeah.
sure.
I think Lou is just a better character, like overall, probably.
Oh yeah, than Johnny. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Because he has mids. That's the only thing that Johnny does.
Yeah,
bad,
that's the
dude.
only. Yeah,
If
that's
Johnny
the only
had a
word
mid,
better.
he'd be even just one good hit. If forward 4-4 was hit confirmable and special cancelable, Johnny would instantly be like, he would just
Yeah,
destroy.
he will.
There'd be no reason to pick Liu Kang, in fact. Like, Johnny Cage would delete half of the cast, and there'd be no reason to pick Liu Kang, Kung Lao. Like, most of the characters that you pick for good mids, you would just never need to.
Right.
Let's slowly change the topic a little bit from Liu Kang to something similar to Liu Kang. What do you think about ATL's all of a sudden great performance until the second half yesterday?
I didn't even
Oh,
watch it.
damn. Just said ass.
I didn't
Damn, that's
watch it.
crazy.
I actually didn't watch it. I'm not sure.
So
Anyway.
I was the only one who actually was watching this.
No,
Because
I
we were
mean,
beefing in the Discord, that's why.
no, but the thing is, a lot of people like they kind of like sleep on ATL, but like, dude,
No,
like,
he's a good player.
ATL's
Oh, he's a
always
good
been
player.
good, but like he's kind
Yeah.
of so a lot of people that are new to the community like kind of don't know. Like a lot of the older cats, like they don't really take enjoyment out of just like beating up and trolling people that are like new to the community and like being
But
sweaty.
ATL, holy shit.
No, but what I'm saying, like, he doesn't really enjoy just beating people up. Like, he likes screwing around because it's like he knows that everybody knows that he's good, and anybody that doesn't then know that he's good, he, like, doesn't care about their opinion. So, like, he'd rather just jump around and be an idiot and tell jokes and, like, troll in the fun, playful sense rather than, like, bully someone and like, smash them into the ground. You know what I mean? And so, like, because he doesn't care if you know that he's good or not, like, he's not really motivated to ever do good. Like, when people say, I don't care if people think I'm good, like, they don't really mean it. Because they'll try if put in a position where people could see whether or not they're good. Whereas ATL, I don't think he's ever tried to be good in the Beef Set League, ever. So, like, when given the opportunity to, like, actually show off, he never actually did because he really doesn't care.
He showed up in the first half when he beat Jago like 4-0, and then it's changed all of a sudden. But he was close. He was close even like in the last.
He just gave up at the end. He just didn't care.
Yeah. But it kind of sucks. I wish he at least once tried. He like really like size is just gonna like go against someone.
I know he can
beat
be size up.
guy.
It's just.
I fought in both of them. They're pretty good though. I think they're pretty good though. Jago and Crosby, right?
Yeah.
Jago is awesome. Like for a guy who like, never been here before.
I think Jago is one of Supernova's friends, if I'm not mistaken.
He plays in Slayer's tournaments too. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
He's he's a really good Liu Kang player. We played in the mirror like a time.
Yeah, like
Carried
you.
by Perry.
When I
though, not
heard
gonna
he
lie.
was one of Supernova's friends, I like before he even played, I was like, you probably shouldn't take him lightly. That's one of those things. Is like people. It kind of goes back to the dick riding pro players.
Sure.
Like you don't really want to take people lightly, no matter what, because even if you've never seen someone play, like. I know pro players. I fucking hang out with them, like personally. I go to pro player houses and we fucking drink beer and play video games. Like I've seen that journey. I've seen what it takes, and what it takes is that pro player has about 15 dudes behind him that he trains with. So for every Ninja Killer, there's like 10 dudes that trained up Ninja Killer and trained with Ninja Killer and are just as good as Ninja Killer and can beat Ninja Killer on any given day at any given moment, no matter what, but they just don't want the spotlight.
True.
Hmm.
That is true.
Quite
'Cause
possible, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's
In
the only way
every
you actually
scene,
get
dude.
that pro level status. Like
Yeah, in
you have
every
to train
scene.
with other people, obviously.
In every scene, man, you can go around the world, dude. You go to Japan, go to where Daigo Umehara plays, and I guarantee
Is there
you
a
there's
scene in
about
Japan?
10. Yeah. Well, for MK,
Oh.
no, but fighting games. But it's like, dude,
Oh.
in every scene, for every fucking dope-ass pro player from everywhere, like, there's about 10 people right behind them that are just as sick, that just they don't, for whatever reason, fucking want to go to tournaments. They don't want to be out there like that. Right? There's so many in SoCal for every fucking fighting game, dude. There's this guy named Kim Jong-Phil in Tekken that is like, he just stomps every pro player in Tekken and every famous SoCal player he has fucking humiliated them. And he's never entered a tournament. Like, I'm talking about guys like Rip, Eris, Just Frame, Josh, like Evo champions. This guy beats all their asses, and he never joins a tournament. He's just there. Everybody knows him. He's at every tournament. But if you're not at the tournaments, you never met this guy. You have no idea who he is. And so I would laugh.
He just doesn't play.
He just doesn't care. He's just like, yo, I play the game for fun. I don't want to be that competitive because then I'll be like a fucking
Because it's
tryhard
not
like those
fun.
guys. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be a tryhard like those guys, and I beat all their asses.
Competition is not very fun. It can be actually like unpleasant. Because when we play for fun, you're just playing for fun, like whatever. If you lose, I lose.
Well, when you're competing, in my opinion, I didn't mean to cut you out, but when you're competing,
Okay.
it's it's definitely a lot of pressure. I'll tell you that much.
Stress,
Like,
yes.
yeah, a lot of pressure.
I don't believe in playing for fun. I think that's a very ignorant
I
statement.
don't
to make.
either. No, not at all.
Well, true.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I don't believe
if
there's
I'm
any
competing,
such
I'm
thing.
competing.
No, I don't mean like
Oh,
as
yeah.
in personally, like I don't believe I play for fun, and I don't. No, I mean I believe the whole concept of I play for fun is a fallacy. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
whenever someone
logical
says that,
fallacy.
it kind of just.
You just
annoys me.
narrow
that's
it
fine.
down.
No, because
being
the
kinda
thing is, if
nitpicky
you're
towards words.
people that say I play for fun, they use it as an excuse to explain why they don't win. And I'm like, dude, that's like ignorant. That's like really ignorant. If you weren't trying to win, then you would not have picked up the controller, okay? If you're not trying to win, you're the girlfriend sitting on the couch. She's not trying to win.
Yeah.
You have a controller in your hand and you are pushing buttons and you are hitting the other guy and you're not successful at it. You're pretty bad at it, but you are clearly trying to win. And so when someone says I just play for fun, I don't try to win, I'm like, bullshit, dude. Your mom doesn't try to win. Does she play
But I'm
Mortal
not.
Kombat?
I was not talking about like for fun and like not trying to win. I mean like not trying to just just to reach crazy level where you have to fight for this like.
You need to people need to stop saying I play for fun. I don't try to win. It's like no, you play fucking casually and you don't want to compete. And that's the thing is when people, and that's where I'm like, yeah, that's the way you should phrase it. Instead of saying I'm not trying to win or I'm not trying to get that good or blah, blah, blah. It's like I'm not trying to compete, but I am still trying to win. And if you're playing against someone who clearly is out of your league, it doesn't matter how much you try, you're not going to have a good time. And that's where most of the casuals fall off, is because like they just don't have anybody at their level to play with, dude. And that's why I'm always kind of hesitant to throw like shitty players in there. You know, like, oh yeah, we're going to have Pika fight Syzoth today. It's like, nah, dude, because then Pika's just going to quit and now Syzoth will have no one to play. He already has no one to play because all y'all are bitch asses don't want to take him on.
What do you mean? Every time I see him online, I just want to play, bro.
Man, I added Syzoth on Xbox and PS4, so I
Yeah,
can
you
run
can't-
games
you
with that
can't
guy
push
any
it.
day.
But
I have him in friends, but I don't ask people to play that much. I don't have
Well, I
time
mean,
right now.
just,
Does he play
like for me,
You play what AI
Go
is
ahead.
given.
Well, okay, look, for me personally, like I feel like if you're not sweating though, like you know what I mean, like it creates bad habits, like over time. Like you'll be like, oh, I didn't really take this person serious, so
That's true.
I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to use that skill that I had in like competitive matches. You're gonna be like, you know what I mean? You're gonna play too
Yeah.
casually to the point where you're just like, oh wow, I fell off, and now I can't play the game no more. Like that's how the mentality goes.
Bruce
Mm.
Lee said it
Yeah.
best, you master what you practice, and if you practice playing shitty, you will be the best in the world at playing shitty.
True. Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
RP
We
Bruce
don't need
Lee.
we don't need the skills that cannot be applied. It's
well,
pretty
but I mean, there's nothing wrong with
terrible.
not wanting to be competitive. I mean, look at how you play the game. You'll do sets, you'll play around with members of the community, you get your ass beat by Sizoth. All right, it's all good. It's all in good fun. Like it's this whiny mentality within specifically the Mortal
I
Kombat
play for
community
fun.
of just they just want to be good, but they're not, and they bitch about it. And it's like, oh, like I just play for fun, man. Blah blah blah. And it's like, no, dude, you're just not good. Be
Yeah.
fine with that. You can be bad
Right.
at the game. It's okay, dude. Like compared to Sonic Fox, we're all bad at the game. He even said it.
Yeah.
99% of you
Right.
fuckers suck. It's fine. It's okay. I admit I'm not good at basketball. If I
True.
ever tried to play against LeBron James, things will not go in my favor. Why is it
Oh,
so
no,
fucking
please.
taboo to admit that for Mortal Kombat? That you're just not on that level. It's okay. Quit whining and bitching. No, you don't fucking. Yes, you do play to win. You don't play for fun. All right, you're just not as good as Sonic Fox. Get over it. It's not a big deal.
When I say for fun, it's more about like fun when you playing with you guys. For example, it's much fun, and if I lose like to some people that I kinda like have a frame of reference who you are in some form because we like communicate, and it's even if I lose, it's like yeah, it's still I feel like I'm at home in some form. While if you lose like in Combat League, some guy that I don't even know, especially if he like talks shit, it's like very frustrating, of course.
It's not
Gonna lie,
frustrating you.
I
Talking shit
hate
is a
it.
strategy, man. You just got to get over it, dude. Everything is fair in love and war, right? Like, I don't understand why people don't read this 3,000-year-old book written by a dead Chinese guy. It's like, fuck, dude, everything is in there, dude. They're going to cheat. If they can cheat, they will cheat. Assume they will cheat, right? It's like if they're going to talk shit and it's going to work on you, assume they will talk shit and assume it will work on you. And then the path to personal development is, are you going to have the balls to fucking deal with it and still succeed?
I rather listen to
Yes.
shit talkers than like a laggy, just playing the laggy player because that's really frustrating. I played like a Joker guy, and it was. I looked at his pin hit, was like very good. 25. I was like, hell yeah, it's a guy who lives right next to me or something like that. But then it turned out to be like a Wi-Fi guy. I just did not notice, and it was a terrible match. It was like so laggy. He had like beat me. I just did not even notice what happened. He was like playing Joker. He just kind of comes to my face,
He just
does like
teleported, right?
But I mean, you
one
just get
shitty.
over that. Like, it's the thing is, don't take that loss personally. Who fucking cares? Like, people will get mad over some like Xbox Live hate mail, and I'm like, yeah, it is annoying. I'm not gonna say it's not, especially when you get as much hate mail as I do. But like, it's
I
not,
get.
But like,
I get.
you
I
can't
get
take
only
it
good
personally,
mail.
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, like the thing is, a lot of certain players, like really good players, they'll take like Combat League like to heart. Be like, oh, I lost a first to two. Like, I couldn't care less about Combat League. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I
Right?
feel like that whole mode is a joke. It's a joke.
It is.
First
It
to
really
twos,
is.
like, bro, like let's be honest here. That's not even like they don't even do first to twos right now. That's always first to threes. Like that's an actual set.
Yeah.
You know, or first
It
to
used to
five. Like
be
that's
first to 3, and then they changed it. Remember?
yeah, they changed
At
it.
launch.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Was that
Before Combat League
early?
even started, it was first to threes.
Yeah,
Was that like an early
I think it's
stage?
because of the achievements and shit. Because they wanted to
Yeah.
make you do 5 matches, and 5 matches at first to 3 would actually. That's like kind of a time commitment for your average working adult. Like your average working adult could do 5 first to 2s, maybe, you know, a couple times a week, which is really all it required, right? So like maybe do that a couple of times a week and you'll be up to date and you'll unlock a fucking brutality or whatever. But 5 first to 3s, I don't think your average working adult is going to be able, cuz like dude, you think about it, first to 3, like that could go potentially to what, 7 games?
Yep.
You know, like that's a
Yeah.
long time commitment.
That's a long set. Yeah.
To require an adult to do that 5 times, a couple of times a week. Yeah, I think that's why they changed it. I mean, it
True,
sucks,
yeah.
but I think that they were trying to kind of do a cross between Overwatch and Fortnite with Combat League by having, like, you know,
Why?
the Overwatch seasons with the Fortnite what is
Yeah.
it, the battle passes. And I
The
feel
battle
like
pass. Yeah.
they just failed at it because I feel like they weren't all in on doing that. I think the next game's going to go harder into that kind of stuff. I don't think that that's going to really be all that bad. I think it was just that this was like a test run and they didn't want to go too hard into it because, you know, people may not like it. But I think people have kind of, because people really only play Combat League now for the rewards, for the unlockables. But people did enjoy the seasons and shit in the
Yes.
beginning. They enjoyed the new skins and they enjoyed trying to hit Demigod every season. So, like, that was a success. It's just everything else around Combat League. No Wi-Fi filter and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
The actual concept, like execution and the result, that how it's the actual state of Combat League sucks when it comes to players and community.
I definitely think finding somebody on a really bad connection that can kill the game for a
Yeah,
person.
that's
for
it.
Sure.
It's done.
Yes.
That could kill a game for a person, definitely. Like, because you're fighting the connection more than the player.
Yeah, but that's a
Like,
problem that doesn't have an answer, man. That's a problem that just can't be solved.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Oh, yeah,
You just.
nah.
That's why I
Nah.
say if you want to get good, you play people that you know. Okay, you're never gonna get good in Combat League. There are some people that can, and you know what? 9 times out of 10, those are the people that play on Wi-Fi. Everybody I
True.
know that got good playing ranked online and then proceeded to go to the pro level were always playing on Wi-Fi beforehand. And then when they get wired, they're like, holy shit, this is a whole new game. And it's like, yeah, dude, that shit you're fighting is what you
Yes.
did to everybody to get to the top. And then when you won 1,000 wins and you became number 1 on Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus or whatever, when you got number 1, that gave you the confidence to perform without stress at a high level when it mattered. And that's what got you there. But your Wi-Fi ass fucking got there through fucking chicanery. And so, like, yeah, man, like playing on Wi-Fi, but there's nothing, you can't get rid of that. You can't solve that problem. It will be a problem
Sure,
forever
you just
until
can't.
Wi-Fi is as good
I
as
accepted
wired.
that for at this point.
Yeah, until
What
Wi-Fi
a-
is as good as wired, it's never going to change.
What about Jero? Are you still on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
J-Ro's
He
12
is
years
indeed.
old. He
Oh,
ain't
but-
even... What is he going to spend
can't
his
do
lunch
shit
money
about
on a cord?
I just
I
can't
just
do shit about it.
I'm pretty sure he's not
Uh.
going to get clearance from his mom to drill holes into the wall.
Yeah, but it depends also on how you get the internet. Like I got with the cord, so I didn't have
Yeah,
problems.
Well, I think it's a
That's
level
big
of
one.
respect. To be honest, there's no need to respect anybody in Combat League, so nobody respects you.
No.
But, like, when we're
No.
playing against each other, like, you know, J-Ro doesn't abuse his Wi-Fi as much as he used to. And so when he stops
No, I used
abusing
to
the
fuck-
Wi-Fi,
oh my God, I
yeah,
remember that.
like, and he actually plays the game, like, as if we're fucking grown-ass adults trying to get better, you know, and that's what I'm saying is, like, don't play Combat League. Play with your friends where you'll actually respect, like, all right, man, I'm on Wi-Fi. There could be some fucked up shit. I'm not going to abuse it. I'm going to play.
That's what I told
as
like
if-
most of the people I played. I was like, I'm on Wi-Fi, so you know, like, I don't really like want to just
Yeah, but
abuse it.
Motherfucker, you are famous for mashing 4-3-3. Like, you are legendary for that shit. Don't act like this is...
Legendary match.
Don't act like this is some kind of long-known thing. No, this is a recent development. In the past couple of months, you stopped mashing.
But like when I first
But
played,
you see
Just
how much
Dave,
better
like,
you got when you stopped mashing?
yeah, kinda, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
But I'm just saying, like, if you play with your friends, like, we don't fuck each other over with Wi-Fi tactics when we play with each other. So, like, you know, you can actually improve. But when you're in Combat League, man, and you're getting mashed on by some idiot on Wi-Fi, like, say you don't have a community, say you don't really fuck with YouTube or, like, the, you know, guides or anything. So you don't really know that they can't get away with that shit. So you just like, fuck, that's how you win at this game. Okay, well, I want to win. And then they pick up those bad habits and then those bad habits, and it just perpetuates throughout the whole scene. And it's like, what are you going to do, man? There's nothing that can be done. the only thing you can do is just, if you want to get good and you want to be able to compete where it matters, play with people that, you know, you respect and will respect you, and then you guys can train up together. Otherwise, it'll just be another online scrub lord. And I've seen way too many people get their dicks sucked about how great they are on Xbox Live and then go to an offline and get embarrassed.
You get smacked the fuck up.
Yo, no, but I'm saying I've seen so many online warriors that were like #1
No,
ranked on PlayStation, #1 ranked on Xbox.
Elder God.
Yeah, and like, and
Catch
they
me
just
offline.
get fucking wrecked by your regular ass basic bitch 0-2 tournament player. Like, dude, I fought a bunch of those guys that were, oh yeah, that guy's top 500 in fucking this game online, and I'll fucking wreck him in casuals. I'm like, really? That guy's top 500? Like, he just matches unsafe shit like a fucking idiot. And like, dude, that's the difference in competition. That's what Averk was saying when he went to his first offline. He's like, yo, the difference is stark. Like, the shit that works online will get you killed by the worst player at the tournament. You will go to a tournament, and the guy that everybody laughs at and calls a scrub, and that guy sucks. He's fucking trash. And that guy will blow up your online tactics, and now you will be known as the worst player, and everyone will make fun of you. And that's why I tell people,
imagine having to hold that. That's
and
crazy.
I've seen it happen so many times. Dave, you've seen that shit, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Dude, I can't even name names
it's
because
terrible.
those people fucking disappeared from the scene after that humiliation. That's why I can't name names, because their names weren't even fucking memorable. They just ghosted after that. The humiliation was pretty rough. Because online warriors, man, they get their dick big, man. They think they're bad. They're like, I'm #1 on Xbox. I'm #1 on fucking Steam. You know? And then they go to an offline and they run their fucking mouth, thinking they're hot shit, and they get blown up doing those dumbass online tactics, and everybody will, dude, I'm telling you, you think the fucking fighting game community is fucking rowdy and shit talky online in fucking Twitch? No, dude, they will fucking punk your ass, dude. Everybody's like, oh, they're anonymous on the internet, and I'm like, no, not the FGC, dog. Dude, if you go in there and you run your mouth and you get skunked, dog, did you see the people jumping in Perfect Legends face spitting, just yelling in his face, spit, you fucking suck, fucking Sonic Fox, fuck your fucking bitch ass up. Dude, they will do that. You online warriors that think you're hot, I'm telling you now, please listen to me. I'm talking about dudes like Kingdom, dudes like Sopiest. I'm like, yo, dude, I want to save you from this embarrassment. Because if you go to an offline, you do that shit offline, dog, you will be embarrassed, dog. You will fucking go home crying. I've seen dudes walk out of fucking tournament venues bawling, eyes just bawling, and people following them to their fucking car, calling them a bitch, dude. Just like, this guy's bawling his eyes out. My biggest humiliation of his life. You're a bitch. That's what you
that's
get
rough,
for talking.
man.
Don't you talk no shit no more. Get the fuck out of here, pussy bitch. Dude, it would give.
You know what's crazy about the online warriors too? They don't want to play fundamentals, bro. They don't want to play footsies. They don't want to play space. They don't want to.
Because they don't know what this is.
Yeah,
No,
they don't know what that is. What is that? Footsies? I've never. That sounds like a snack.
Sounds like a snack.
What is shimmy?
What's a shimmy? What does that mean?
Ivy, you actually probably don't know what it is. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no.
It's like
actually, I'm asking.
A shimmy is just moving back and forward. That's it. Backwards, forward. Like
your
shimmy, like you're shimmying your hips, right? Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Yes,
that's where it
trying
came
to bait
from.
out.
It was a way to bait the throw tech option select in third strike. That was the whole point of the shimmy. You would shimmy, you would walk backwards really quickly and then forwards, and they would whiff their throw tech option select, and then you could punish them. And that's where that came from. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. And then it just kind of went everywhere in fighting games. I mean, it was probably around before the term. Like, the tactic is footsies, but because you're trying to bait a whiff punish. But, like, the term shimmy, I remember from, like, back in the Third Strike era, Third Strike arcade era. But it may have been around before that. It's just maybe we didn't call it shimmy, or we called it something else.
Ooh. I just did something.
But,
That's interesting.
Like,
understand. I'm aware that I'm aware of have like a vague understanding of what this is, but I just don't understand why it's called shimmy. This is what I mean.
It's literally a shimmy. It's like what it sounds. It's just what it sounds like.
Well, a lot of the fighting game vocabulary comes from, I don't like to use the term urban, but I think y'all know that, like, yo, dog, all the fucking shit in fighting games, a lot of our vocabulary, a lot of our culture and nomenclature came from black people, man. It's just black
No
people.
way.
Because you go to a fucking tournament, man, and black people would say
Oh,
funny
that's
shit.
what you meant by urban. I was like, what the fuck do you mean
Yeah.
by urban?
I'm like, you go to a tournament and Tasty Steve, notorious black man, right? And he says some funny shit.
Casey Steve, yeah.
And then you start
Yeah.
saying that funny shit. And, like, half of the fighting game's fucking, like, vocabulary came from fucking yipes, dude. I swear to God, like, 80% of our language is fucking yipes commentary. Like, I find myself doing that shit when I'm commentating Mortal Kombat, and I'm like, 2 scoops! Mango Sentinel! Fuck the necks! Fuck the necks! But like that's
funny.
where all of our like vocabulary, like there's no like fight, dude. The fighting game is hood, man. We're street, dude. We're the fucking legit shit, man. We're not the sellouts. Do you know how it's long corporate America has tried to get the fighting game community to sell out, and they've held out for so long, and the only reason why Evolution sold out to Sony is because fucking the guy, one of the guys, not all of them, but one of the guys was kind of a pedophile. So like, but it
Oh,
took,
yeah.
it
I
took
remember that
somebody
story.
being
Oh,
a
yeah.
pedophile to get the biggest name in Evolution to sell out. Like, fighting games, we don't sell out, dog. We hood. We hood to the end. We just stay hood, right? Too many of us grew up playing Street Fighter and Killer Instinct in a fucking laundromat. Like, too many of us came
Right.
from that, right? Too many of us are from that era. We're going to stay hood. They'll be like, listen, we're going to give you $50,000, but you have to wear a tie and talk about how great AT&T is. What? Hell no.
What the
AT&T
fuck?
got shit service. Motherfucker, I'm on Boost Mobile. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the fighting game community. Like, hell nah, man. I be banging for Sprint, dog.
Yeah. Did anyone see like a leak or something like this about like a new games?
Oh,
Man, there's a
Injustice 3 and
fucking leak
MK12
every week,
supposedly.
dude.
Yeah,
I
there's a
saw-
leak.
yeah.
Both of them
Yeah.
like, at the same
saw-
time. What?
I
That's
saw like a
crazy.
ugly like Joker face or something, like in the Scorpion face, like artwork or something.
Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like it's legit, but who knows? Like,
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
it's okay.
all,
You think it's DC versus MK again?
I,
No,
supposedly
it's-
people were saying it was gonna be a Marvel game. I'm just like,
Well,
bro,
no.
get
Why
out
would
of
it
here.
be a Marvel game?
It's not gonna be no Marvel game, bro.
Yeah.
it could be.
It would be hype, but it's not happening, bro.
I don't think it,
I mean, it would
honestly.
be like would it be Marvel with like gore? I mean, that would be.
Just imagine if
Yeah.
Wolverine brutalities though. Yo,
Yeah, that shit would be
Yes,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah,
It'd
hold
probably be like
on.
Morocco
Like,
or some shit. I don't know.
that'd be hype, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's happening.
I don't think
Yeah, I
a
don't
new
think it's
game
happening.
is going to be hype at all, dude. I think
Yeah,
a
Marvel
new
will get
game,
canceled for
a new
another
game
one.
is probably like the worst thing for the community right now. Now that I think about it, like this
That is
new
true.
game is going to fuck up the community, and it's not because there's going to be a split between MK11 and MK12 or Injustice 3 or whatever. That's not what's going to fuck over our community if there is a new game. They're really fucking us by coming out with a new game because it would be unwise to invest however many years of development time into building a game that is cross-generation that will run on PS4 and PS5, knowing that PS5 is the future. But it is irresponsible to release that game now when the majority of people can't even get a PS5 and will not be able to get one for a long time. So they're working on a game that's going to be obsolete once people can get PlayStation 5s. We don't know when that is. Or they're going to make a game that basically no one can buy and hardly anyone can play, which is why the community is dead on Xbox One, is because you can't bypass the next gen shit like you
Series
can
X.
on PS4. And that, if the new game
Oh,
comes
no,
out and
PS4.
it's next gen exclusive, the community's going to take a shit because, like, the majority of us still can't even get a PS5. Like, even if you had the
Yeah.
money, good luck getting one. You know? And then
That
if
shit's
it
just
comes
not.
out and
It's just
cross-gen,
non-existent, bro. It's just not there.
if it's cross-gen, it's like, what's the point? Why are you making another game for, like, old PS4 hardware? Why didn't you just update MK11? Like, what's the point in making
Yes.
a game that's cross-gen with PS4? So then you're going to come out with a game, and then say the chip shortage gets sorted out and people can get PS5s, and now we have this fucking kind of, like, outdated fucking Unreal Engine 3 PS4 quality fucking game when we could have got something super tight. Like, I feel like they really shit the bed by dropping support on MK11 because there's no way they can win until the shortage on PlayStations gets sorted out. And if it doesn't get sorted out before their game comes out, then they're making a huge ass gamble. And I don't know what corporate overlord thought that was a good idea, but it's some fucking idiot who doesn't care about like the future of like their studio making money, because like the game could potentially put the studio under. If it comes out and it's a PS5 exclusive and, like, it's still like this,
No,
dude,
the game
that
should not
game
be.
will sink NetherRealm.
No.
yeah,
Game
it
like
will.
that should not be exclusive. Like never. It should be like on every platform. It should be like should have like a perfect crossplay.
They said
like in a
supposedly like
perfect-
PS5s are not going to be like available till like the beginning of 2023 again. Like
That's what
Damn,
I'm
fully in
really?
stock.
If we're lucky. They're saying that
If we're lucky, yeah.
Sony is saying that Sony isn't even thinking about that. Sony is trying to redesign the PS5 and come out with a PS6, like the next PS6 as a redesign of the PS5 that doesn't need
Oh
that
shit!
chip.
Really?
They're like
So
actually
fast?
saying they're actually thinking of just skipping the PS5 and coming out with the next console that doesn't have that chip issue, because they don't foresee the chip issue going away during the lifespan of the PS5. That basically for the entire console generation, there's going to be a shortage unless they redesign an entirely new console. And that's the rumors I'm hearing out of Sony, is that they're going to be them and Microsoft are redesigning new consoles. And it might be like the PS6, or it could be the PS5 Plus or the PS5 Pro, whatever, right? Xbox Series W. It could be, it might not necessarily be like a full-on next-gen upgrade, but they are working on as a priority rather than tightening their manufacturing. They're looking at just bypassing the chip entirely because they don't think it's going to get fixed. And that's what I'm saying is like, dude, if this game comes out and it's a PS next-gen exclusive, it's dead. It's dead unless there's something. Unless there's something to fix that chip shortage, and you can quickly and efficiently get PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series S's into millions of homes around the world. Like, the game is dead. If it's cross-gen, then it's just going to be a disappointment, because it's like, oh, wow, a new PS4 game that's held back by PS4 technology. You spent how many years making this? All right. It's going to be like kind of it's going to be like outdated and ugly. Like, I want a game that can stand the test of time. Mortal Kombat 11 will stand the test of time. Dude, MKX is ugly as shit because it was an Xbox 360 game that they upscaled to work on the PS4 with higher definition graphics. But that game was supposed to be cross-gen. That's why MKX looks so goddamn ugly. And if they had dropped the 360...
I don't think it looks that...
But if they dropped the 360, because the first game they put out on PS4, Xbox One generation hardware that was built for that hardware was Injustice 2. You look, that game stands the test of time. That game still looks dope. Still, it doesn't look like
Injustice 2? Oh,
man.
Yeah,
and if they would have waited,
crazy.
MKX could have looked that dope.
It feels like they did Injustice at the same time when they developed like Mortal Kombat, like similar engine.
MKX came out 2015, and them graphics look like shit. I'm not gonna lie. 2015. That seems like it's not that long ago, but
yeah, I don't like even like even design in Mortal Kombat.
Well, like Badger said, it was supposed to be cross-gen, and they ended up canceling it.
They canceled the.
They canceled it. Why the fuck did they cancel it?
Because I had it pre-ordered on the 360. Because at the time I was doing the same thing. Because a lot of us that are into fighting games, we're really late to upgrade generations because we don't give a fuck about other games. Like, I don't give a fuck about Gears of War. I don't give a shit. New one comes out, I don't fucking care. What I care about is, can I play Mortal Kombat 11? What do I need to do that? Because I want to go to this tournament and play Mortal Kombat 11. And so, like, fighting game players usually upgrade to next gen, like, really, really late. And it's usually like, okay, the next Mortal Kombat is on PS5. Guess I got to get one now. So, like, a lot of us pre-ordered MKX on Xbox 360 because 360 was the tournament standard. All of us had 360s. And it was like, well, I want to go to tournaments, and I want to go to MK tournaments. Next FK is coming out. Well, I already have a 360. And remember, dude, the fighting game community, we are not fucking suburbanite, fucking entitled millennial Zoomer bitch asses with trust fund parents.
We have to wait until we actually...
Yeah.
Right.
Most
we have to
of us
wait
is
till
in
we get
poor
our
families.
damn next gen, bro.
If you a kid, you in poor families. If you an adult, you probably poor. So it's like, shit, man, I'm gonna wait until I can afford one of those. I can still go to tournaments just like this. We prioritize our money differently. Like, I would rather save up the money for a PlayStation to go to an event. And so, like, it'll take forever to get a PS5 because I'm not gonna not go to tournaments. Fuck that.
Right.
That's the mentality. And like,
think about it though, and plus you're having a better experience. It's something that you can consider a memory going to an event than a PS5.
right?
Like a once in a lifetime memory. Like your PS5 is always going to be there, but that going into that event, it's obviously going to be a big difference. Like,
Well, the thing is, you'll eventually replace the PS5. You will never replace that memory. If you
Oh,
weren't
no.
there, it's gone forever. Those things are worth
Gone,
more
yep.
than the console. A lot of young people
Exactly.
don't think about that, man. But like, yo,
they
dude,
really don't.
I would sit there if I had like $1,000 and it was like I can buy a PS5 right now, or I could go to this tournament and it's not even a fucking question. Like, that's not even a question worth asking.
I really
Yeah,
don't see the me personally though. I really don't see the rush of a next gen. Like me getting it, like there's not even a lot of games for it, so it's like,
There has to
what's
be
really the
specific.
point of?
Yes, there has to be a specific reason why. If there is
I
like
mean,
some
like
kind of amazing
not the
next
upgrade, of course.
yes, if there is some kind of amazing game for example, next Mortal Kombat and turn out to be like super awesome game, so then yes, we can consider like a buying like a new next gen console, but just like we have to make sure, just
Well,
like all adults who pay bills, like we have
right?
to make sure that
Right,
it's
right.
worth it.
There's no $500 game. So like every console, there's the $500 game. That's the game that
Yeah,
will
the
cost you
expensive
$500,
games.
right? Because I gotta buy the new Xbox for this, right? For most people, the $500 game is Halo or Call of Duty, right? I gotta buy the new console for the new Halo, right? There's not gonna make it for the old console, but with this gen, there's no $500 game. It's like God of War is coming. God of War would be a lot of people's $500 game. Where is it? I don't know. PS5's already out though. They gotta.
But not
What's that? Rob?
not that many games for PS5 that's like worth it. Plus, also we need to like buy subscription, so there's additional expenses. Plus something else. I just like start counting when I think about all these like new
right.
purchases.
I got a new topic for us. All right, I got a new topic for you guys. What's you guys take on digital media and physical media?
I've already discussed
Oh,
this a million times, bro. You gonna get
you
me
mean
fucking.
Oh, you
disc?
discussed it? Okay.
No, I'm saying
Disc
you gonna
is
get me
better.
ranting. You gonna make me ranting.
If you
Oh no, no, hey, I'm a physical guy though. I like physicals, bro. Like, cause I got a lot of retro games, so I don't like digital for anything. Like, but
Yeah, because
this is my first time here, so I just want to know what you guys take is on that.
if you mean disc, yeah, disc is better because I can just like put it inside and play. And it's always
Right, no.
with me. I can install it even if something happens to the internet, for example. Like, but
Well,
if
even
game is
then though, they said you need like you need internet for certain games. Like for digital games, you can't even play without internet. Like it's pretty.
yeah,
I think that's pretty crazy, honestly. But like, say if you
they,
got a power outage, you're stuck. You can't play
yeah,
nothing. You know.
Well,
it's
I
like they
think.
forcing it to be in control. For example, if there is a game used to be like be pirated all the time because you can just buy a disc and play, or just like someone makes a rip off or whatever it's called, like a game rip, and you can download the torrent and you play the game. But if a game like Mortal Kombat 11, for example, relies on this server information and online gameplay, so you have to buy it. Like I can for example download it, but I will play only like story mode or something like that. I
No,
won't be able
I
to
got you.
enjoy the full complete experience. So it's also like a very good tool for to build this like a consumer base and also player community and people who in charge of this game, like who distribute it, they can always just dictate the rules. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not
You know,
good.
okay, this is what I find crazy. It's like you see, like back in the day when you get a PS2 game, that felt like a complete game. That felt like a whole because you got the manual, you got, you know what I mean? Like
I think that's
you
a
got
Yeah,
nostalgia.
everything
No,
compared.
it's a nostalgia
Uh,
bias. I think that's a
is
nostalgia
it Sandra
bias.
BIOS?
Yeah,
All right.
because
Well,
for
let's say
every awesome complete game that you bought, there were so many just broken jank ass pieces of shit on fucking Super
True.
Nintendo. Play all the old
No,
consoles,
no, you're
and
right,
there
you're
was
right.
no patching. If you bought in games, dude, Chrono, what was it? Fucking Secret of Mana was $110 in like 1990 or whatever on Super Nintendo. Like
Damn.
games were expensive back then, and if Secret of Mana
they
had
were.
a game
Oh, I
breaking
believe it.
glitch and you bought that shit for $110, yeah, fuck you, dude. Yeah, you had a
Oh
complete
my
game.
God.
You had a complete. You absolutely thought you had a complete game.
No, that's true. That is true. But I'm saying like compared to like physical media now though, when you get a PS4 game, it's literally just a piece of paper and a disc. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, oh, here you go. Like it's just you're basically just buying the disc though at this point. Like
Well, the
just
thing
a
is,
random case that's holding it.
it comes down to a question of like, how much do you value ownership? Do you want to
Sure.
own your games? You don't. You're renting them. I pay $70.
Mm-hmm.
I buy everything physical because I pay $70 so that I have a physical disc in a case to commemorate when I was there and bought it. Right? I
Sure,
just like the
sure.
experience of buying games and playing them day one.
Oh,
That's
I
kind
do
of
too.
fun. That to me is worth $70. But I'm spending $70 for the experience of playing the game on day one with the community at the same time and owning a physical keepsake, that being the case and the disc, that are completely useless. But I am paying $70 to rent a game, and I'm not a fan of that. And that's why I like companies like Good Old Games and what is it? The guys that make the physical discs. The retro games, I forget what they're called. There's the company that they take indie games and they make physical disc versions of indie games because, you know, those guys don't necessarily have the money to set up a multi-million-dollar disc distribution channel for fucking, you know, fucking Celeste or Overcooked or whatever, you know? Like, I
Yeah.
forget what that company's called, though. But, like, I am a huge fan of physical games, but I'm not ignorant to the fact. And that's the people that are all in on digital. They think you're ignorant to the fact. You're like, dude, I want to own something. And they're like, you don't own your games, man. It's digital. There's end-user alliance. You're just leasing out the fucking copyright to play the game. Yeah, but, like, I have a case and a disc, and you don't have anything. We paid the same price to rent it, and I got more than you did. So, like, it sounds to me that you're just mad because, like, my case and disc give me the same digital copy as yours, but I have a trinket. You don't have shit.
True.
Yeah, I also have a disc for PS4, but
The thing
I bought.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was saying
Yeah.
like for digital games, like I feel like I don't know, the more like discs are starting to become like not so like, or physical media is not like really as big as it used to be. I feel like you're just
Bullshit.
streaming games at this point.
Bullshit. Vinyl
You think so?
revolutionized and resuscitated the music industry. Wait till somebody starts
Oh,
making.
true.
Wait till somebody
True,
makes
no,
a
that is
Super
true.
Nintendo. Wait till someone makes a Super Nintendo and starts putting out cartridges with new games on new cartridges. I'm telling you right now, $1 million idea right there. Just make a Super Nintendo, release 16-bit games on a retro cartridge. People will buy that shit just for the retro experience. Kids who grew up in
Of
the
course.
digital
True.
age, they only remember video gaming as fucking Fortnite or World of Warcraft. I download this thing.
True.
They don't know what it's like to put a cartridge in. And you know what? That shit is actually fun. I didn't think it was fun, but it actually is fun. And the proof is all the people that listen to shitty quality music on vinyl because they just love to put in the vinyl. They like to put down the needle. They want to hear the cracking and the popping. They think the bad quality of the recording gives the music character, makes it feel more soulful. Dude, there's a lot of reasons why that are not logical. They're just emotional reasons why people want
Yeah.
vinyl
Also,
over MP3s. And people will do the same thing for retro games.
Also,
Oh,
it's a collector thing. Like there are a lot
Well,
of like
no,
music.
that is true
music
though,
people.
but like especially like certain like retro games they're going up in value, man. Like some games are expensive, bro. Like old games like has to be like over almost 200. Like if you get a GameCube right now, bro, like almost all those games are like over $80, bro, because it's so rare right now, and
I have
the
a
GameCube
working,
didn't even.
Wow.
Well, go
I have
ahead.
a working
Oh, go ahead.
GameCube with 4 GameCube controllers and Super Smash Melee. All of it in
Oh yeah, I do
perfectly
too. I
working
do too.
condition.
I don't got the 4 controllers, but I got
And
2 controllers.
Neither me nor Badger, or me nor Mrs. Badger even fucking like that game. I think we've played it once.
Oh,
So
no.
it's about as close to a mint in copy, fresh, virgin copy of Super Smash Melee. And like people would kill for that thing, and it's just sitting in a closet. Like, oh yeah, that's Melee. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have that. Don't tell anybody. I'm kind of embarrassed.
Right.
But yeah,
No,
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie. I got a GameCube for the old wrestling games. That's just me personally though. Like the Day of Reckoning games, I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, they were sick. I think that like the people are starting to come around to ownership. I think it's the younger generation, like people like J-Ro's age, right? Younger little kids and shit that grew up in like this digital like post scarcity world where like, oh, if I want to listen to the song, I can listen to it whenever I want at any time. Nothing can really stop me. And it's for free. Like I could go on YouTube, listen to a song for free. Whereas back in the day, you had to buy the song on cassette
Oh,
or
man.
fucking tape
so
or
random,
whatever
CD.
someone.
to like live.
Bro,
If I want to
CD
listen
players.
to it,
Oh, it would kill kids today to have CD players.
no, but
There'll
they
be like
want that
7 songs.
experience.
What?
They
They're
want
like
that
7.
experience. No, because that's why this whole operation that I'm running right now is working. It's because people
Yeah.
are starved for real life experience, and it's not because of the pandemic. It's not because of COVID. It's not because people have been locked inside. It's because people have been locked away from experience for so long because everything is so convenient and easy that they're just kind of bored, right? Like,
True.
dude, you could go in fucking Combat League and play Mortal Kombat all day, every day, right? You could go and play with your friends in a lobby all day, every day. But what do? You come to my channel and you fucking play with us. Why? Because it's more fun to play with us and there's a stream going and people are talking shit and we're having a good time than it is to just sit there on voice comms. You know, and once offlines come back, dude, CEO sold out in like what, a week?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like
gonna
you
be
can't
big.
even go to CEO. Those of you that were on the fence, you're not going. You're not. It's sold out.
Yeah.
People want that
Sold out.
experience.
Yeah.
You can't
I agree,
pay for
definitely.
That, man. You can't pay for experience. You only get it or you don't.
No,
'Cause I heard it's gonna be like in Florida, right? Something like that. I'm not too sure
CEO
where it's
stands
at.
No,
in
not even,
Florida.
bro.
Oh, it's all in Florida. Okay.
I can't go
CEO
there.
stands for Community Efforts Orlando.
Oh,
It is the
okay, gotcha.
community effort in Orlando for the fighting game scene. Like that's literally all CEO stands
Yeah,
for.
we're on the West Coast. It's just
It's run by
I'm not-
Alex
I'm not dating
Jabailey, who is the guy that the Jabated meme is about.
gotcha.
So those of you that like the Jabated meme, it is about the guy who started CEO. I've met him. He is fucking hilarious. He is like really fucking funny in real life. He's a fucking clown. And he's a huge wrestling nerd too.
mm.
Hey.
You mean like us?
Like, dude, I think Alex Jabailey has Kenny Omega's cell phone number.
Oh, I
pretty
know
sure,
this guy.
I'm pretty sure
I
Alex
think
Oh,
I
I think
know
I know who
this
you're
guy.
talking about. I think I know who you're talking about.
I saw him at Fighter Fest. He was on prelims or something like this
Yeah, that's the
before the
Jabailey.
show with Mike Nakazawa or something like that. That guy. He
Yeah.
did a match, like
Yeah.
amateur match.
Yeah, I think didn't they do a match like a CEO match? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, like not even like a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was to build hype for All Elite, right? Because that was before
Exactly,
AEW
yep.
got. That was when they
Even
first
started.
announced or were about to announce AEW. So they were trying to build hype. I think it was
Yeah, it
just
was
after All Out or All In or whatever.
All In,
double
yeah,
or
yep.
Ring of Honor.
double or nothing. It was
Double or
double or
Nothing,
nothing. Then Fighter Fest, and then that charity event Fight for the Fallen, and then debut of Dynamite. That
Yeah.
Not
was
gonna
like a
lie,
cover.
man. AEW, man, they got some buzz going, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Incredible
buzz
buzz. Almost
Oh, yeah.
beat Raw. Almost beat Raw, like a previous Raw.
Well, the
Nah,
thing is, I honestly think they beat them because think about it. AEW's not really a global company though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but those ratings
WWE.
ratings are stupid. Here's the deal:
Yeah.
AEW has revitalized and resurrected an entirely dead industry. Like wrestling was just a
Because-
dead industry. Nobody fucking cared, dude. Like WWE had its lifelong fans, but there was no growth. Like if you weren't
No,
into
they get older.
WWE, you were never going to be into WWE. And the first person to actually ask the correct question was Billy Corgan when he bought out the NWA. And he said, "Yo, dude, there was like 11 million people between watching Monday Night Raw and Nitro in the 90s. 11 million people between these two shows. Where the fuck are they? Raw pulls like 2 million people, right? Like where the fuck
Right.
are these people? Because a lot of people, when WWE was all there was, they were like, yeah, I ain't watching wrestling no more. I quit during
Right.
Katie Vick, all right? I held out for Katie Vick, and then when Katie Vick came out, I was like, yeah, I'm done with wrestling. And I stopped watching wrestling for like 15 years. And I came back just because the stank of Katie Vick was washed out of my mouth. I was like, oh, okay. The aftertaste of that dumbass shit, you know, and then All Elite started up like a couple years
Well,
after
I
I
didn't-
started watching again. And I was like, all right, man, Let's give this new
I
age
didn't know that.
WCW a chance.
I remember watching as a kid like a Sting, and when they went down the tubes and Russo started booking, and there was like a bunch of stupid matches when people always interfere, and Sting like lost match versus Goldberg, and for some reason it's kind of like ruined my experience. I lost interest and did not watch that wrestling until maybe that situation when Shawn Michaels had his like legendary now matches with Undertaker. And then Punk a year later did that promo where he's like sitting and does this pipe bomb promo, and it kind of made me so excited about wrestling, and like I became a wrestling fan and watched the WWE, and also I watched The Shield. I really like The Shield guys, and then I stopped watching after like 2015 Royal Rumble when they just like buried all guys except Roman, and it was
Dude.
like stupid.
It's crazy though. You watch this shit and you're like in another country. It's like always interesting because, like, you know, when we think of wrestling, dude, we think of it as like an American thing. Like, yeah, they watch it in Japan, but they have New Japan. But it's like you're in Ukraine, dog. Y'all don't have wrestling other than WWE. Like, maybe you guys get New Japan, but like, there's no Ukraine wrestling company. You know?
No,
Right.
Like, so it's
it
like.
was a very random situation that happened. I just like went to my neighbor and he was watching like over the limit like John Cena Batista match. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, explain. And he's like, hey, this is guy's good, this guy's bad. They like do this thing. I was like, oh, I know familiar, but I like did not watch this
You know
for
what's
many
crazy
years.
though? I think like in '98 though, like I think wrestling was at its peak though, without a doubt. I think so.
Well, I like '97 when Bret Hart did his like a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it
Oh
really
yeah,
made
that was a
Steve
good one.
Austin like made him like a created this momentum when they went.
Well, just like Badger was saying, there was like 11 million people watching. Like, think about it. Like, those are some
Yes,
high
crazy
numbers. Like,
numbers.
Yeah.
Yes,
every week of like wrestling for
Well,
wrestling though. At that,
Stone
like,
Cold was making $1 million a month.
and now couple of millions is like
in
a
the
big
90s,
record.
because Jim Ross confirmed it. He was in a podcast and they were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, Stone Cold, I remember he made in 1 month $1 million. I was head of talent relations. I was signing the checks. Stone
That's
Cold
insane.
made $1 million a month, and most of that was just T-shirts. He said
Well,
just
yes.
on the Austin
Damn.
316 shirts, he was making $1 million a month.
This is
Like-
the
Oh, yeah,
power
Austin-
of the
Austin
real
was one of their
stardom.
biggest draws. Austin was one of their biggest draws. They can't even deny that.
I think
He one of
wrestling
the
is gonna
biggest
get bigger than that,
after.
though. I think it's gonna be bigger. I think AEW is probably.
I
gonna
hope
take
so.
it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think well now AEW I think definitely takes.
I
some
don't
spot
think
now.
AEW will get bigger than WWF in 1998, but I think
No,
I
but-
think AEW and WWE and Impact, like all the wrestling companies combined, are going to.
They're gonna be
spread-
big.
They're gonna like all of
Yes.
them total. The market share of wrestling is gonna be bigger than it was because there's gonna be more companies doing it and more people getting interested in it. Because like you got to think, man, it's been a long time. A lot of people don't think about time in the sense of people not existing before something. And so when I think about it, and I this might be like getting too deep into it, but when I think about it, there are people who are born, who are adults now, who are like 25, right, that never even knew that WCW existed. So all they know of wrestling is WWE, and they may or may not have liked WWE. But now that there are alternatives, like you could go watch AAA. It's fucking Mexicans and they do flips and it's dope. And maybe you don't like wrestling, but you go and see fucking Lucha Underground and you're like, holy shit, Drago versus Phoenix is my spirit animal. You know, like there are
Right,
people,
right.
and with that expansion and that reach and that just broadening of the audience, man, I think wrestling is going to get bigger. Everything is going to get bigger than it ever was.
You know what's crazy, bro? Like a lot of people don't realize though, man. Wrestling's art, man. That's like not a lot of people could do that, man. Like if anybody could just do that, bro, like
Clearly, I couldn't.
you know what I mean? I couldn't. I damn sure couldn't.
Clearly,
Like,
I
Yeah.
couldn't. I almost died trying, but yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
man,
only it's not only physical artistry and skill set
well, yeah, you just
required.
gotta have you gotta have the
Psychology.
promo skills. Yeah, man,
Yes,
you gotta have everything.
entertaining. Yeah,
You
full
gotta draw
package.
fans in, man. That's hard, bro. Drawing fans in for like events in matches, bro, that's not easy, bro.
It's incredibly
That
hard.
is-
It's just like Stone Cold said. I remember he was like making fun of these kids who like tried to do like a tough enough or whatever, and he was asking, he was like making fun of people, and he says, like, convince me, why should I watch you? He names a guy, he calls him by his name, and he said, why should I buy the ticket to watch you? Like, convince me that I should spend this money, so you can,
Exactly,
so I can
bro.
come. Yes.
You know what?
You see.
So
Oh, go ahead,
Nah,
Badger.
you go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, like you look at like Austin and Rock, man, that was one of the biggest rivals like ever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like some
especially
people
at
try
their
to say
peak.
at their peak, like bro, like 01, like man, I'm not gonna lie, my
Yeah,
favorite
sort of.
match was WrestleMania 17, bro. Oh man, that whole, that whole pay-per-view was like it was pretty legendary. I thought, like from
The
beginning to end,
build-up,
that whole
yes.
show,
Yes.
from beginning to the end of that show, literally caught your attention. Like I think that
And
was one of their best times. But go ahead.
yes, not just like their peak, and people like to talk shit about the ending because Austin turned heel because he wanted to work heel for some
I
reason.
honestly think he was an underrated heel. Honestly, I mean,
He
like,
as an artist, he was like a great heel. He was amazing and funny and kind of evil also.
people
But
were
as
like, oh,
business,
people were still cheering him, but I'm just
yeah,
like,
but business
but
decision, it was bad. People just don't want to see this, like
yeah,
Vince McMahon and they're hugging. Like you want this badass guy just punish this like an asshole corporate evil mastermind. Like
they said it was his call. Supposedly, they said it was his
yes,
choice to do
it
that.
was because I don't know, he was so popular. He reached his like high, like, and he just wanted to do something new. It's just like
I don't think
we
his heel
talked
turn was the
earlier.
problem, though. His heel turn wasn't the problem. The fucking problem was they bought WCW and shit the bed with it. The heel turn
Yeah,
didn't have
it's
time.
also
He was a bad
it's a
guy for like
combination.
2 weeks, and then WCW got bought out, and now we're doing the invasion. Like he was only a
True.
heel for
Invasion.
like what, one pay-per-view?
Fuck, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like literally one paper.
Like they never even really
He-
got a
he-
chance to try
He
it.
was heel like for like I don't know
I
how
think
much,
to
like
like Judgment Day or
seven
something like that.
7 months until
7 months. Okay.
until Survivor Series. I don't know. I can
Oh,
count
okay.
for shit, but from WrestleMania to Survivor Series when The Rock beat him and they kind of
I
like
felt like they
beat
had to turn him heel eventually, because you can't give him the Hulk Hogan treatment and just never turn him. You know what I mean? Like, because think
Hulk
about it,
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan only turned heel when he went to WCW.
Yes, because it was like a time for something new,
No, it's
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was a
babyface
bad
territory.
business.
It's the territory system. The Crockett territory is a heel territory. The Northeast
Yes, because
is a
Flares and all these
babyface.
guys.
It's babyface
Oh,
territory.
okay.
It's Bruno Sammartino's
Bruno was legendary.
hometown.
Yes,
So
babyface.
WWE is a babyface territory. They usually have a babyface up as the main draw. Roman Reigns is the main draw as a heel
Oh,
because
yeah.
they wanted him to be the babyface and people booed him, so they turned him heel, and now everybody
They booed
cheers
the
him.
hell out of the guy.
But now
Oof.
everybody
And-
cheers him as a
This-
heel, and it's like, yo,
But
dude,
he's
you
a
just gave them
badass
what they
heel.
wanted. They just wanted you to cheer for
Yeah.
Roman at the end of the day, and now look,
Right.
Roman is
Right.
their biggest star, and they cheer for him. Babyface territory. I don't give a fuck what the storyline says. The babyface is the character that the fans cheered for. That's
True.
the babyface. That's it.
Right,
because,
right.
And this is something I was gonna say, that everything, people ask me how I was able to like do this shit with my channel and like bring it here, and I'm like, yo, dude, everything I learn about life I learned from wrestling. I mean, I was trained by, Jesse Hernandez. Literally, like when Chris Jericho went to Mexico for the first time in his career, he wanted to learn lucha libre. He sought out Jesse Hernandez to teach him lucha libre. So like this guy is like the best at like wrestling, and he taught me
Right.
wrestling. And so everything I do, I put wrestling in it. And one of the things is the babyface is who the fans cheer for. You call it in the ring. This whole fucking we're gonna write shit and we're gonna come up with stories. It's not how wrestling works. Doesn't work. That's why the fans are always pissed off in WWE and they boo.
You
They
can
boo the
you
guy
can
they want.
manipulate.
They get mad because
You
you call
can-
it in the ring.
Yes, you can manipulate a little bit, but sometimes you don't go against the wind or whatever.
Yeah. That's why Rock
just
versus
stupid.
Hogan, everybody says like the greatest match of all time. And it's like, dude, it's The Rock and Hulk Hogan. That was no fucking Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle technical
Right.
masterpiece, dude. It was
No,
a bunch
they
of
just
guys
Right, right.
they just
who
stand
used-
in and you feel this energy.
Yeah,
Just
It's
the,
two guys that
the
did
entire
punches and kicks.
stadium.
Well, no, it was because they fucking called it in the ring, right? The story was Rock is the good guy, Hulk is the bad guy. They went outside, people were cheering for Hulk. They said, "Fuck it, call it in the ring. Hulk, you're a good guy, I'm the bad guy. Let's go."
Yes.
They don't
Hulk
do
is
that
still
no more.
Hulk.
They don't
Just
do that.
a great image of them, like just standing.
Man,
like
that
all
would
just,
have been a
like,
good match though. Hey, Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle though, yo, I'm gonna say
That's
that.
my
That
dream
would-
God,
match. That's my
I wish it
Oh,
was.
dude.
dream
Yeah,
match. Bret Hart versus
I
Kurt
wish-
Angle.
Yo, that's crazy.
And then my
Man,
second one
that
is
would've
Owen
been
Hart
crazy.
and AJ Styles.
Owen Hart, AJ Styles, I respect that.
Those are my two dream matches that I feel like we were robbed. Like, society is lesser as a whole because we never got those two matches.
What do you think about Sting versus Taker? You think that was for sure a dream match?
Oh,
Nah.
that
Nah.
was like a.
Nah, I feel that.
No.
Face paint Crow Sting versus Taker would have been shit. Surfer Sting when he was a high flyer at a heavyweight versus Undertaker would have been dope. But
Right.
like when he was at Crow level, he didn't work the way he used to. He wasn't like this technical high flying heavyweight like babyface. Like,
But he didn't
he
have
slowed
to.
it
He was
down.
so over.
No, it was because he was
He was
hurt
so
and
over.
addicted to drugs. Like those were literally the worst
Yeah,
Sting
that
matches
was-
ever. Like Sting,
Right.
the Crow character is dope, but like Sting's work after his big back injuries when he was the Surfer, like yeah, man, his work kind of like wasn't all that great. And so
It trimmed down a lot.
Surfer Sting versus Undertaker would be the shit. But that's not the match
Yeah.
everybody would want. They want the Dark Sting versus Undertaker. And I'm like, okay, but that's a character versus character match, right? You could do
Yeah,
that on
basically, yeah,
PlayStation.
that's
But
true.
You can pull
But
that
it's
up. Here we
kinda-
go. Dark Sting versus Undertaker. That's a story.
Yeah, it's literally
right?
a
That's
character,
Not ring
yeah.
work. If I want to watch
Yeah,
ring
yeah.
work, I want to see Sting at his best with the best match calling, the best spot calling, the best athletics, the best movement versus Undertaker. So my dream match would be Undertaker during the not the ruthless
Oh,
aggression era.
No, when
but
he was
during the beginning
young.
of the Attitude Era. No, when Undertaker was still Purple Undertaker with the purple gloves when he was
Oh,
feuding with
purple
Yokozuna.
gloves.
When Purple
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Undertaker, because that was when he was incorporating the newer, like, brawlier Undertaker with some of the higher flying stuff he did. So you take Purple Undertaker, who could fucking fly for being almost 7 feet, and then you take Surfer Sting, who could fly but was also big. So you have two guys that could fly but were also strong enough to catch for spots for each other. Because Sting could catch Undertaker. He was big enough and strong enough, right? So you're basically going to have two giant Rey Mysterios going at it. Like, that to me would be
Oh, yeah,
fucking
you're right.
sick. Like, that's a dream match.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Old ass
crazy.
Sting
Yeah.
as the Crow, fucking, like, hurt and unable to fly, versus Undertaker from the Attitude Era, who was hurt and unable to fly. Like, I don't want to watch that shit, dude. That's not going to give me anything
It's
more than
only,
Undertaker versus Kane. Like, you're going to get the same spots out of that match.
Only
You're gonna
if
get the
you
same
only
character.
if you like only if you like high flying. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
like a great
true.
match for
No,
you.
it's not
but,
about high flying. When you're trained,
I would
every
choose,
wrestler is a flyer. Okay, because when you're taking the suplex, you have to jump into a suplex. That's why some suplexes look shitty. It has nothing to do with the person executing it. It has to do with the person taking it. So if you cannot jump and you cannot fly, you cannot sell, and so your match will be shitty. Everybody can make stupid faces. Everybody can go, oh, that hurt. Ah, look at me.
Right.
It hurts. But to sit there and perform a perfectly executed back body drop, one of the first moves you learn as a wrestler, to be able to execute that perfectly requires a level of athleticism that you have to be able to fly. To be able to move your body and pivot it in midair to sell one of the easiest, simplest moves to do. Yeah, dude, like when I say fly, I don't mean like, in the sense that they're doing 450
you mean just
splashes. I mean in the
Yeah,
sense
no,
like
I
these
know what you
guys
mean.
can perform these moves at a high level that will make them look amazing. Like Okada doesn't sit there and do fucking shooting star presses, but the guy fucking
doesn't
flies.
have to.
Because when
Right,
he
right.
takes
He
an
doesn't.
arm drag, he fucking flips in the air and flies through the sky, and he makes it look like the most beautiful arm drag.
Beautiful
in the
arm
world.
drag, yes.
And you're just like, holy shit, his opponent is so strong. Look how far
Yes.
he threw Okada. And it's like, no, dude, Okada just jumps that fucking high, dude. And that's what I'm
This is
talking
what-
about, dude. I want to see
I definitely
Undertaker
could
and
see that.
Sting with good knees and a good back, bumping like
True.
He
fucking
was not
madmen
that
for each
bad. You're like talking about Sting in TNA when he was like really done.
No, he was pretty beat up in WCW. Like he really cut it off. He really slowed it down towards.
I think he
the
slowed it
late
down like
90s.
the 2000. Yeah, for sure.
Late
2000.
90s. He
was-
slowed it down.
I remember
a
like a
lot.
Diamond Dallas Page, not Diamond Dallas Page, like a Booker T match that was like a good Sting match when he was like a Crow Sting. It was like
Yeah.
maybe obscure for
Holy
someone,
shit.
but I remember people, if you like Google it, there will be like best matches of Crow Sting, because one of them will be like Booker T for some reason or something like that, or Diamond Dallas Page.
Well, those are the
Like one of
workhorses.
these.
But we are almost, dude. We've run out of time. We're
Oh
like
my
beyond out
god!
of time.
Hour
We're
and a
about
half.
to get the ski. We
All
gotta
right.
get the
Oh,
fucking league started. So we're gonna call here.
Oh,
Shout out
yo.
your socials and let's get the fuck out of
Hey,
here.
man. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. Yo, man, this is fun, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta do this again.
Yeah, come next week.
Oh,
Give them your
yes, sir.
socials before we go, so that way they know
Oh,
where to
yeah,
find
man.
you.
If you guys want to give me a follow, man, hold on. I'm gonna put my social in the chat. Hey, the same as on here.
Dude, there's no chat when this is on YouTube. You can follow him at
Oh,
JUSXDave on Twitch, twitch.tv/JustXDave.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I
also-
was typing in the chat. Oh, yeah, I forgot this is YouTube.
That's also him, I believe, on Twitter as well.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ivan
sir.
doesn't have any social media as far as I know.
I have, don't lie. I have on Twitter. On Twitter, I have Hudoy or something like that, and Ivan Hudoy or Ivan Hudoy on every other places, like, for example, Instagram. But that's about it. That's enough.
All right. Well, we will see you guys shortly
All right,
for the
all right, Badger.
league, and the rest of you. Thank you for enjoying this podcast with us, and we will see y'all next week. This shit got hijacked into a wrestling podcast quick.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, we talk about wrestling for hours, man. Don't let me get started real quick,
Right?
man.
Thank you,
Don't
guys.
let me get started, bro.
All right,
Okay. Bye,
Dude.
guys.
ciao. Later.
All right.